In this presentation, we will create, print, and export to Excel a custom income statement within QuickBooks Online. For more accounting information and accounting courses, visit our website at accountinginstruction.info. Here we are in our test file, Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. We're going to go down to the reports in the left side. We're going to customize our profit and loss report or our income statement, one of those customizations being to rename it to an income statement. We're going to start off with the standard profit and loss, which is probably in the favorites reports. However, if it's not, we can go down to the business overview and scroll down through the profit and loss report. So we're going to look at the profit and loss, select that item. It will then open up the profit and loss. We're going to scroll up in order to change the date range, which in our case is 2018, which we could use the prior year to date, but would rather just enter the date range. So we're going to select the beginning date 01/01/19 or 182 tab, January 1st, 2018, that is tab 12/31/18, December 31st, 2018, then I selected tab. And there's our information, January through December 2018. We're going to run that report. Here we have our standard report. Notice the range, once again, it's from January through December. One of the major changes we're going to make here is that we're going to call it now a profit and loss report. Note that if you present this information to somebody that's in financial accounting and not a QuickBooks person, they're going to naturally call this type of statement an income statement. So we want to be able, in order to deal with that situation, provide it as an income statement. We can then just rename this as an income statement for those purposes. When we're dealing with internal reports or someone that is expecting the terminology used in QuickBooks, then we can use the standard profit and loss report. That's the first thing we want to do then. We're going to change the name of the report. We'll memorize this report so that whenever we generate that income statement for that purpose, we will then not have to change the name each time. To do that, we're just going to go to the pencil up top, and we're going to go to the profit and loss, and we're just going to type in there income statement. So income statement rather than the profit and loss. That's our first big change that we will have. Then we'll go to the standard, basically customized changes that we have taken a look at in prior presentations, which is to remove the date and time stamps at the bottom and to change the formatting to remove the cents so that we don't have the pennies involved, and make any negative numbers, have bracketed numbers, and be red for a bit of customization in the report. To do that, we'll go up top to the Customize section. Within the Header and Footer section of the Customize section, I'm going to select this item and scroll down. I tend to do this first just because I don't want to forget it. We get the date prepared, time prepared, report basis. I'm going to run this report and see what that does. If we run this report and scroll down, we've removed date time stamps. Scrolling back up, we're going to go back to the customized reports, and we're going to then take the cents, remove the cents. We're going to navigate the numbers, and we'll make the numbers negative once again and show the red numbers. In other words, the red numbers or the negative numbers will be red and bracketed. So we'll save that report or run that report. And here we have it. So now we have a bit more customization. We have the income statement, we have the brackets around the negative numbers, and we also have the red negative numbers. This may be our standard type of formatting we'd like to provide, possibly on a monthly basis or so on. So in order to do that, we then may want to memorize this report. So next thing we're going to do is save customization. So we'll save this information. It's going to be the income statement. We may want to call it a custom income statement, just so we can see the difference. We may not need custom in this case because there is no standard income statement for QuickBooks because they call it a profit and loss. But I'll put in the custom income statement up top. If you have a report group that you want to put it to, you can put it into the report group. You want to decide how many groups you want to have. You might want more groups if you do a lot of memorized reports. Otherwise, if you use the file with other people, you may want to just put your name as the grouping to memorize the reports, and you could share the reports then with others that would be using the file as well. So then we'll go ahead and save that, and here we have that. If we then go to the reports down below, so we go to the reports, and we go to the custom reports, the second tab, we then see that we now have the balance sheet we did before, and now the customized income statement under the My Reports section. We want to open up, once again, the customized income statement. So here's the custom income statement. Next thing we're going to do is go through this and print this report as a PDF file and save it as an Excel file. We'll do that by selecting print. So we'll print this first, and we're going to go up top and print this item. We're going to use the Qt PDF printer to print it. So we'll go ahead and print. Then we will name it. So we're going to call this a custom, just to differentiate it, custom income statement. And this will be as of 12.31.18, custom income statement, and save. There we have that. Now we'll close this back out. Next thing we'll do is export it to Excel. So I'm going to create this item, export. So we're going to export it to Excel. This is in Google Chrome. It's going to generate down here. May look different in other browsers, but we should have that export feature as long as we have Excel on the computer. Of course, we do need Excel in order for them to work together and for the exporting feature to function. We're going to say enable editing. Check and see if it looks like it should. So everything's on one page. We're going to go to the second tab to do that. Here's the page break. Looks like everything's on one page, which is nice. So we'll go back over to the normal view. There's our page break. And so we'll keep this for now. We're going to go ahead and save this. We'll go to the File tab. We'll go to the Save As. We'll go to Browse, if it'll let me. And then we'll go to our desktop. And then we'll go to the Get Great Guitars once again. And we are now in section 3. Going to call this a custom income statement, but not a PDF type file, and save that. So there we have it. Now let's take a look at where it was saved to. We're in the GGG file, Get Great Guitars file. This will be the future company that we will be putting together from scratch. That's why we're calling it the GGG file, by the way. And we're in section 3, so we're going to go to section 3, and now we have these reports. So we had the custom report in PDF file and in the Excel report, and we had the profit and loss, which we made in a prior presentation. What we'll do now is start to build this and think about how we would want to put this together to present it. Remember that we can, once again, zip this file if we wanted to email it, and we had 4 documents in it or something like that. Or we can try to put these 4 documents as an attachment, or we could try to put these reports into one file in some way. So we could do that with Excel. So I'm going to open up another Excel sheet now, and we'll do this as we go through this section. We'll put it together on this Excel sheet, which we can then make one file for. Useful skill to have, grouping this information, part of the process. So we're going to go into Excel, and then I'm going to go back to our reports. And we had the one we just made is the customized income statement. So let's select that. I'm going to open that up. And we're just going to select the entire sheet now. I'm going to put the entire sheet by selecting, you could say Control A, or put your cursor on the triangle. And then right click on this selected area and copy. Then we're going to go back to the tab we just set up. Put our cursor in A1, right click, and paste the first one. Just paste it normal. There we have that. I'm going to double click on the sheet then. So we'll double click on the sheet, and we'll call this an income statement. I'll just call it income statement like this and save that. Then we're going to do the same thing for the other sheet that we made. So now we had the profit and loss, the P&L, pretty much the same report, but we're just going to practice putting them on one sheet. So we'll open this up, and here's the P&L. I'm going to bring this up top. We'll put our cursor on this triangle, right click, copy, and then you're going to open this up in the new worksheet that we have set up. And we're going to add a new sheet now. So we'll add a new sheet. We'll put this in A1, right click, and paste. We're going to rename this sheet by double clicking on this tab, double click on it, and I'll just call this P and L. So note these are basically the same report here. However, we're just going to put this information on one worksheet. And you can practice doing this. This is really important to present to others. You can see if this was like a school project or something as well. If you're turning this in through email or uploading it to some type of program for grading purposes, this could be a way to do it as well. Remember, the presentation, no matter what the format you're giving it, whether it be a school format, whether it be working with clients, whether it be working with supervisors, putting it into format, just organizing all this information. All we're really doing is organizing the data right now. We're getting into the data input later. That's going to be important. Also note that as we do this, we're going to save this now. Save this file, save as, and we're going to browse to where we want to put it. I'm going to put it on the desktop up top. We're going to call it GGG file, section 3, and that's just what I'll call it. I'll just call it section 3. So we'll say section 3 and say save that. And there we have that. Now, we won't print it as a PDF now, but just remember that we can give now this Excel file to somebody to grade, and it's nice and organized, or we can go to the File tab up top, we can print it, and we can print not just this worksheet, but the entire workbook. And if we print it to the PDF printer, it will then save it as a PDF file, and rather than having multiple tabs, we can have just one PDF file with multiple reports. Useful skill to have, can be impressive to give to somebody in that format. It could save somebody a lot of time and a lot of pain with the attachments for an email. Useful to know. For more accounting information and accounting courses, visit our website at accountinginstruction.info.